Hey guys, I out and about today. Got to do a few errands with the kids. Not talking to you. I'm recording myself. We're gonna take you by and take a look at the haunt location, and it is friggin' hot here in South Florida. So hopefully the weather will hold out, and then this afternoon we're gonna go play a little bit. So go on the boat. So we'll touch back with you in a few minutes. I want to mention before I forget, we are in the process of updating our website, but make sure you check that out at www.agoodfright.com. You can find us on Facebook. Just search for A Good Fright. You apparently watching us on YouTube now, but make sure you subscribe. A Good Fright Florida or A Good Fright FL. And if you need to email contact us for any reason, you can email us at agoodfrightfl@gmail.com. So take care of that now. Do it now. Okay, well, we're here at the location of the haunt this year. I'm going to show you what we've got to work with when it comes to space. This is the big area that we're going to have to work with. And this side, this is actually the backyard, this is the side yard. So this lot is kind of cut like more of a pie shape, so it's smaller front yard, bigger backyard. Now, to avoid the mess, I literally haven't even moved in yet. This is the condition of the home is in as of right now, and I'm moving in. I have to do a lot of work trimming here, trimming up the bushes and getting it ready, but they're going to enter in from this side, and this will be the staging area. And then the front of the house is actually going to be right here. Okay, and then we're gonna walk in through here, and depending on how big we actually make it, it's going to kind of incorporate this entire area. And then over here if we need it, but I don't know if we'll be making it that large. So at least we got the room to do that. The neighbor, haven't met any of the neighbors yet, but the neighbor on that side, you can see has some distance. It's nice that we have this hedge here. And then the neighbors to the back got a vacant lot, but there's a drainage canal back here, which we have some separation, some privacy as well. So we've got a nice private backyard, which will work quite a bit, quite nicely for us. So we've got some tall trees, well, at least over here, and the peak of the roof over here. So if we need to bring some rope to support the roof, the visqueen roof, at least we have something to somewhat do that with. And I'm thinking I gotta talk to Todd about this, but from the peak to one of these trees and use that as the center point so the roof has plenty of slant to it. We don't want too much of a slant. We do get here in Florida, probably like anywhere else, but get some pretty nasty thunderstorms that come and go very quickly, and we don't want to have a whole lot of high profile when it comes to things catching wind and stuff like that. We need big enough to get the water off. So now the only other concern that I've got, we're right on the corner, but you can see a lot of the houses around here, they take a lot of pride in their lawn. Like this guy across the street, all the way down here, you can see well manicured landscaping. Next door neighbor. The closest vacant lot is right on the other side of that truck, that van, and then pretty much across the street there's 2 vacant lots. So when it comes to heavy traffic and a lot of foot travel down the road, I'm concerned about pissing off the neighbors because I don't want anybody parking in anybody's yards. So we're doing a lot of communicating with the neighbors so they know what's going on, and maybe I'll even put some stakes with some flags or something just to keep them off the lawn. But from the front here, this is the side that they'd be entering in. We got the whole front yard as kind of a queue area, and then they'd be coming out this side. So That is the location. You saw it here first.
That's why I said. Look, that's why I said I'm backing away on that one, guys. Walk that way. Walk that way. Let's get farther away from.
All right, Thomas.
Ow!
I can't see.
There, is that better? What was your idea for the haunted house? We got to get it on film.
Oh, yeah. Todd! I have an idea for one of the rooms. Okay, so my idea for one of the rooms, she is a hoarder. She collects dolls and stuffed animals. Right. So in the room, there are stuffed animals and dolls everywhere. All over the walls and everything else, on the floor, with still a path to walk through. The lights flicker off. All of a sudden, we pull a string, all the dolls go up, and they're hanging with the noose around their neck. Flip the lights back on, and there's hanging dolls everywhere.
I like it.
And your advertisement of today's video, Sprite. It's good anywhere.
I like it.
You still have the pathway where they can go.
Almost dropped my phone.
So they're all around you, but they're around the walls. So you can still have a path to run out of the room.
Yeah,
we did nothing like, not quite like that, but we did one year where we had all the dolls that had lights in their eyes.
Well, I had the idea from that TV show, The River, and they had a spirit tree. The spirit tree had hanging dolls from it. They basically collected dolls from everybody that passed through.
Oh, like
she's a hoarder, so.
Oh, how you prank Tyler when you put the doll by his neck?
Yeah, and it freaks Tyler out when there's a hanging doll in his room, so.
Do we still have all those dolls?
No.
I'm thinking we hit garage sales and we collect whatever we can.
Yeah.
$5-10 bucks.
What?
Buy as many as we can each garage sale. Goodwill?
Yes. No, it's on YouTube. I was actually thinking that we're gonna have to. I'll
put the light on you.
It's okay. We're gonna. I can't see if I'm focused.
Here. Ready.
That we're gonna have to use our lighter-rama boxes, and we can have. I have 4 boxes. You have 16 boxes. You have 5, and we can have scenes. We can have scenes, and it can be all set up to the lights and the sound and everything can go right off the lighter-rama box. And I look like I'm looking into nothingness. I can't see a damn thing. But
it looks good on the video.
Okay, good. But we would need computers for each box. We would need a computer to run each room.
We need a computer for each box.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
No, I know, but how are you going to get that many computers?
Well, I've got 2.
I've got 1.
No, I've got 3.
So, I mean, even a laptop or whatever, but we just need it. And then someone would need to start the program. When that group gets into the room, they'd have to start whatever program is there. And it'll be all timed, and the sound, and the lights can flicker off, and, you know, we can do all that based on...
That sounds like work for next year.
No, this is for sure.
We got time.
We got 3 months. That's
I mean,
plenty.
it won't be that
It's not that
hard
big
to
of a deal.
program. It's a very simple program.
Yeah, it's just...
15 months
Seth,
later.
you look like Blair Witch.
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
I mean, especially Seth, if we all took a room or something like that and said, okay, Shauna, you're going to program this room, Todd's going to program that room, you know.
We would need someone that's going to be... There's that good? Someone that's going to be behind the scenes monitoring.
What is that?
That's going to kind of be in control of the groups and stuff like that, because I don't think the actors... I think it'd be too much maybe for the actors to be able to flip that switch when that group comes in. Maybe not. Maybe it'd be perfect. But we'll have to play it around.
Flash a light on Lily. Get them all.
Huh? That's a good idea.
No, just put her in a room, put the lights on.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't see anymore.
Hey,
Or
Jordan.
you could communicate with like one central command where you flip a switch, a light comes on, that tells them what room to activate.
Well, I honestly like the idea of having a central point, central unit with all the electronics, all the power supply, all the computers, everything is centralized in one area. And that person can be the behind the scenes person that's kind of monitoring everything.
I'll do it.
Or you have, yeah,
No, you have to be excellent.
Right.
Excellent.
One person that monitors all of that and hits the program when it needs to be
It's
hit.
kind of hard.
Well, because everybody should
Like
be
it says,
able
it's going to be kind of hard. The fact that one room is not going to be able to see.
No, that's why I need to get the security cameras. I'm seriously thinking about getting that.
GoPro.
Because not only will the security cameras work to help monitor and record and capture anything that happens throughout the entire build for extra security, but we can actually use it for video feeds and capturing those scares for our YouTube channel.
Be stacked in a room.
Garbage can is in the fire.
Just like you have one room you go through, it's one room is all it's teddy bears. I mean, it just she collects teddy bears. You put teddy bears everywhere. One room could be dolls, like you said.
You remember the last time we got the doll room in the carnival thing? We thought we had tons. Like we got this huge thing. We got tons. We started putting it on the wall, and we got through like one of the 4 walls, and we were out.
But they were still scared the hell out of people.
I know, but the thing
we
is,
put lights
you
in
got to
every
keep
single one of them.
I'm not just talking about the dolls. We just said the stuffed animals on the walls. We had the carpet hallway where it was all enclosed, and then we had the dolls coming around, and we were like, "Holy crap! This didn't go as far, near as far as I thought it was going to do. We were going to line up a whole house of
If we
wall.
start hitting Goodwill, we start hitting garage
We're not going to
sales.
buy
Well,
anything.
that's the thing. We don't buy anything for this.
Yeah.
We buy nothing.
Well, I don't know. I got a garage full of
That's
stuff
where
that
it
we pulled
stays.
out of Lou's room right now. So
This way it stays different. So it's slightly different each year when we don't buy nothing. You know, the one haunted house we wound up buying a lot of stuff, but the idea is not to buy nothing.
yeah.
You know, a lot of the bulbs for the fluorescent black lights are called Pro.
That's fine. We'll get through
We
that.
are going to buy some of those.
Said even though I can do a lot with as far as designing the rooms out with the hoarding theme, I'm nervous about how overall scare that's going to be. You know, me personally don't find hoarders to be scary, and I think yes, if we go the route of she's home hoarder of dead bodies and this and that and the other, but at the same time, it seems like it's going to be a lot of work to stay with that theme and a lot of, to really make it feel like a hoarding house. It's a lot of stuff. And just having just one room of hoarding isn't really going to give you that feel. I think that,
No, you missed my point. Of actually making it where you're seeing a lot of stuff. Have one room where it's a lot of things stacked up, the light is in there, and that's the one room could be really cool, so it kind of pulls the whole haunted house together. But it's a hoarder, she's a hoarder, and one room could be teddy bears, another room could be just a bunch of pictures. And we
but
walked out
it's
of
still
hall.
a bunch of everything. One room is teddy bears. It's a bunch of teddy bears. One room is pictures. It's a bunch of pictures. I think you're still.
Well, we did this with it, but it fits with anything we've done. All the haunted house we've done, we still had things on the wall. It was kind of like a mismatch. Now with hoarding, I'm buying. We can make it whatever we want. I'm perfectly fine. We want to make it a zombie. I'm just saying it doesn't have to be hoarding. It can be anything we want to do it.
Well,
I'm just saying with hoarding, no matter what we do, fits. Because you can do anything you want to do. Anything. She's a collector of windows. You can put a bunch of, paint windows on one room or a bunch of doors. She's a hoarder of doors.
But how is that scary? Just because you have somebody jumping out at you. Okay,
that's all of our
scary.
haunted houses.
No, the theme itself makes it that next level of scare. When you're walking in, okay, we had the one room.
That scares you just thinking about it.
And you walked in and you were scared because it was all of these creepy, glow-in-the-dark faces staring at you, and then all of a sudden one of them moved. That's what made it that extra level of scary. Walking into a room that has nothing but doors on it, and we're like, okay, and then all of a sudden somebody jumps out at you. Yeah, there's that level of, oh, I'm scared. But it's not that coolness when you walk in the room and you're like,
The suspense.
wow,
What's this going to be?
what is going to happen in here? You know what I mean? You
You
lose
walk
that
through a room of
suspense.
doors.
That black
You know
and
a door
white
is going to
I
open.
think it's the same thing if it was the. I'm understand what you understand. Just because it's a circus theme or a hoarder's theme. Circus theme, you have doors. You know, one of them, you don't know what door to go through. One's gonna jump you out. It's the same thing if it's a haunted house, or if it's a circus scene, or if it's a hoarder's scene.
I think
same thing.
I think that what Sean is getting at is a lot of people are scared of clowns and of circuses and carny folk and things like that, just in general. And a whole lot of people aren't really afraid of a bunch of stuff.
Well, that was the whole thing because nobody really knew there was clowns in there. We really didn't.
In our
have any
carnival, I
clowns in
mean,
there.
that's what we average. You walk through a clown's mouth when you walk through the door. I mean, it was definitely set up to be a evil.
What about all the sideshows? The bearded lady, and the horned goat.
You can stick to the same thing.
Well, no, I don't necessarily want to do
But
the
it's a different
same
location.
thing. I'm just curious, and all I'm saying is I'm concerned that it's not going to give you the level of haunted houses that we've been known to do in the past has been not just, oh, they jump out and scare you. It has been, and it's been imaginative. Even from that very first one that was just a haunted house, every room was imaginative.
And the thing is, again, I don't have to use this, but with my thought of a backup idea was the House of Phobias really doesn't have a whole backstory because you can't really set up a story where you're walking into something. It's just like
Spiders.
Anything goes.
that's what I mean. It still has the mosh posh of being able to use a lot of what we need. We can get a lot of stuff for free. But I'm thinking in my head, okay, we can have a room full of cobwebs and spiders. And we could just, it's simple. That's 99-cent bags of cobwebs and plastic spiders. We have a couple things stupid, but with the right lighting, with the right sound effects, with the right little secrets that I haven't said anything yet, it can make really cool. We can, remember when, were we thinking about it with the city where we're going to have the roof come down or the walls move in?
No, I don't.
Anyway, we can have a room of claustrophobia, and you can all of a sudden have the roof start coming in,
The
walls start squeezing in or something, and the sound of effect of this happening, and all of a sudden the lights go off, all the walls stop, but it's completely pitch dark and the sound continues, so people think they're going to get squished.
How are you going to make them move?
That's
their
creativity.
fake walls. You know, you've got one person on one side, one on the other, and you know, there's a walkway, but you have the room gives the illusion that it's actually.
And if the lights go out and the sound continues, and they're going to think those walls are continuing to move in. I mean, there's.
Ready to have an ambulance stand by when someone has a panic attack?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You didn't freak out in the.
And then we have you know.
I don't know. Tyler freaked out at Carnival because he picked me up and used me as a shield. So.
Yeah, that was great.
I'm just saying we can. It's easy. We can use some of our old clown decorations and have like a little maze part, a pretty decent size of a clown maze because we already know how to do it. We have a lot of the stuff already, I'm sure, still. And
We could still have a hoarding, you know, of hoarding of bodies or something like that. You know, because hoarding might be fearful for some people. You know, I don't find clowns very scary, but a lot of people do.
I don't know. I'm fearful of a sink full of dirty dishes.
You have to go to the bathroom, go home.
there's a couple things that I think that we could have used on Carnival that we didn't have. One of which we had a worker, not a worker. We had some guy who wanted us to pay him to do some work for like sound effects and stuff like that, and props. He had all the setup to do it, but he has suggested a you scare thing at the end, where after you get done with a haunted house, there is a section that if they wanted to, they can watch a monitor, or it's right on the other side of the wall with like a spray nozzle or something stupid that they can actually operate, and they can get the people that come in behind them. And I think that would be a really cool kind of. It's like going to those
the water parks where you go down and all of a sudden people pay. They put 25 cents in to squirt you. You never know when it's coming. Well, basically they've gone through the haunted house. Now they can scare somebody else coming out.
And
you know, it's just a one area you scare where
Well,
they can
you know
go
what?
in.
set it up to where I can actually. If you remember, I had the hands. I can set it up with the compressor.
Well, that's what I was saying. They could just hit a button or pull a lever, and the arm would shoot out, and they would have the little video monitor, or it would be right next to there. They can see who they're getting and stuff like that.
And their reaction.
The problem with that is they're going to be trying to, hey, I'm going to try to hit him with this.
Well, that's why we make it. That's what I was saying. A shot of air, so they can't really hurt anybody or do anything stupid. But another thing, and you might be on board or not, but I think that we had a couple times where they had people that were child swapping, basically. And I had thought of having a volunteer that could basically watch the kids in a kid-friendly little play haunted house area as they're going in.
Property. My opinion would be no.
Yeah.
No.
Do the parent swap. Don't take responsibility for everybody's
You
kids.
don't want
their
that.
work.
What if someone
That's
gets
their
hurt?
own responsibility. They got to make sure they bring enough people so they can do parent swap. Nothing.
Well, maybe we should just have a separate area there so the kids can actually do something while they're waiting in line.
Either
We could have
Table
a
of
craft.
colors and
Yeah.
stuff, but a parent has to
Or
be
you
there.
just do it where you know that a family's coming through and you dial it down.
We could have a picnic table set up, and we have a coloring table. They can cut.
They can color. We can get a bunch of little things. I mean, you can get them at the craft store for dirt cheap of coloring books of Halloween stuff, and they can have.
Oh, we need to keep-
Yeah, you can print it out. Whatever.
Charlie Brown pumpkin thing and just they can
Right.
color that.
Right.
That's
So,
something that's on them.
and then that area is for child swap. So when they come out, they then get first of line access to go through.